Hi crafters, this is Raquel here with Paints and Glitter. I'm coming along today to share with you some little books that I've made. These are memory books with Tonic Studios dies. You may have seen them on TV. I'm not quite sure when this will air, so I'm just filming this before these little guys go out. And these are made with Filigree Floral Layering Die Set from Tonic Studios, as well as Sweet Recollections Half Cut My Memory Book Die Set. Now, these are made to go in conjunction or pairing with other memory books from Tonic Studios. My memory book, Life's Journey Base Creator Die Set, is the one that coordinates with this set here. So these are layering dies, and then this one also coordinates with that die set, but you can certainly use them separately, and that's what I've done here. So what you're going to see is that I did create the base pages with dies from this larger one, the Filigree Floral, and then the covers with the Sweet Recollections for this book here. So that's what you see here. This does come with two different types of decorative panels, the floral one and the one with the little hearts, which you'll see in a moment. And what I did here is that I used the floral one using these gorgeous papers from Tonic Studios. Look at how that shines. I just love it. And then I did take the little flowers. Now you can use the die to cut into the base page if you would like to, as you see in the sample here, that's cut into the background, and you'll see that in a minute. But what I did is I just took the little flowers that fell out and put some little drops on them, and that's what's on the front. I did all of that little paper inlay, if you will. And then this is page one. It has two little photo mats and the little hearts here, again, repeated. I just decided to kind of frame the little photo mats with the hearts. There's a little flower here. This is the smallest die in the set. And then over here is a little butterfly with the word inspire. So obviously I did use several other die sets from Tonic Studios to supplement this and make it look really sweet, including is one here that comes with stamps and dies. And so what I did here is I colored the background paper in ombre color by using two different types of embellishment mousse on the background, and then I did the inlay of the flower with vellum behind the rose only. That vellum was sprayed with one of the gold sprays from Tonic Studios. The next page here is a double pocket page, and it's like a faux pocket, if you will. This panel here that you see, the largest one, is adhered all the way around. The second one, however, is only adhered on the two sides, and so that creates enough space to add a larger piece like this one. I did use embellishment mousse there again, only this time I did use a rose stencil from Tonic Studios, topped it off with a couple of little butterflies. I use the die from here that creates a scalloped edge, and I just cut it down and created that little flap there just as a decorative little topper on that. And then from another die set, I did cut out this little border in that gorgeous paper. It's water spray. It's my favorite green from Tonic Studios. On here I did some embellishment mousse through another stencil from Tonic Studios, and then I did top off some of that with Nuvo drops, and on top of that is this tag which says beautiful moments to treasure. Then back here I did cut a strip of that paper and I did dry emboss it with the same stencil that I used to color this paper here. So all I did was run that through my machine with the embossing folder. So I was able to give some texture to that. And then in the back you see this little tag peeking out, and I just topped that off with a little bow from another Tonic Studios die. So there's an opportunity there to place either two photos or one picture and then maybe do some journaling on the back. And of course you could fill this with many more photos if you'd like to, in case you didn't want to cut them down. Then here is a little strip. What I did that here was that I used the die that cuts here the little hearts, and I have it set aside, but it's just one little long strip, and all of the little hearts are on that one die. What I did was that I cut it out of this green paper twice, that pearlescent green, and so I was able to slip another piece of paper behind there. But before I did that, I took advantage of the gold gilding flakes from Tonic Studios, and I applied the gilding flakes onto white cardstock, and that gave me that gorgeous shine that is now peeking through those little openings. On top of that, I placed 2 tickets, and one of them is heat embossed with the stamp that went along with the tickets from Tonic Studios. So if they're still available, of course, I'll link some of these items below. On top of that, I took 2 other little hearts, and these were gilded with the gold flakes as well as the sun-kissed copper flakes from Tonic Studios, which are gorgeous. Then over here, this opens up. It's got a little magnet back here, and then a magnet hiding behind this little square. So that I also colored with embellishment mousse. And the panel back here that you see, I've also colored with embellishment mousse, as well as these little butterflies that are on the corners, which I then topped off with glitter drops from Tonic Studios. And here is another square that you can cut out with this die set here. It's the medium one here, or second to smallest. And I did back that up with vellum that I sprayed with gold spray. And then over here is one of my favorite little tabs that you could get a while ago from Tonic Studios that has that little heart shape, and it also embosses the hearts onto the paper. So very pretty. So this is only 3 pages. So the second page here, the back of it, has another little pocket, only this time I did add a strip that I also added embellishment mousse with the same rose stencil. I just really like the look of that. It's simple but beautiful. Then here I topped it off with 3 little flowers. The vellum is sprayed again with a gold spray. And then I topped off the centers and the little sides here with some green Nuvo drops, and then the leaves have been sprayed also with gold sprays. They are 2 different colors of gold. Then back here are 2 tags that I just tied together. I did stamp and color the little flowers onto that. I added some Nuvo twine, and then back here I stamped the year photo here. This came with a die set, and I just found that to be super useful. So I did take 2 of the little hearts that were left over and pop them on top. And then on the back here, so as to not leave that plain, I did stamp and color a rose, and then I topped that off with that gorgeous glimmer from Tonic Studios. It's actually called Glitter Gloss, and it's a clear pen, water-based gloss, and so you can top off your coloring with that. It just adds such a special touch. And of course, here, special times is the sentiment that I added on top of that. Then over here on this page, I did some inlay. What I did was that I cut this largest panel here, and then I took the die that is smaller, that cuts into the background, and I just cut into the center there. Then I was able to color it using some Nuvo drops and also a glitter pen. And then I did inlay some of the little pieces right back in there, only 4 of them, but it does make a difference there. And behind that is a beautiful piece of vellum that I did spray. And then over here is the smallest die in that collection with the little flowers only in there. I also inlaid the petals using that water Sprite and topped it off with some Nuvo drops in the center. Then added this panel on top of another piece of vellum that I had sprayed with gold spray. And what I did here is that to create a bit of shadow, I just added dimensional adhesive instead of leaving it flat, and it does add a little bit of just intrigue to that page. The last page here is a side pocket. What I did was I took this panel again with the flowers, only this time I did color it using Nuvo markers. So I did color all of those little flowers. I topped them off with little drops and then did some coloring on the edge as well as drops in the vintage color. And then behind that is a piece of vellum that I had colored using some gold spray, and then that's all on top of another piece of white card. So this is nice and sturdy. And in here is a larger photo mat, which in fact came out of this page over here. And then the smaller one here, I did create a little photo mat with some ribbon. Here's that smallest die again with the 4 little flowers. I did add white drops on the little centers there, and then this is backed up with acetate just right back here, as you can tell, very simple. And that you can add a little picture there, and or maybe a little private note that could go along with the picture that you place on the other photo mat. So that way, if you want to, you don't have to reveal all of the journaling that you do in a memory book. It can be something personal that you just want to keep to yourself. Then lastly here is the actual back of the book, but then of course on the inside you can make a page, and that's what I did. I added that gorgeous detailed panel that is the largest one that you can cut out with this set there. And then I did use the water spray as well as that gorgeous glitter paper from Tonic Studios on the little flowers. Then I kept it quite simple. Here, just 2 photo mats that I did color along the edges with a dual dot marker just to make them shine. And then Dream Big is popped up here. I did cut the background several times so that way it could have some dimension. And then the uppermost background there is sprayed in gold. So that completes this book. And then I did add some pearlescent card here to the side, just on the spine there that opposes the other one. And here another little strip just to finish that off. I kept the inside simple. I did not decorate the inside covers because I needed to make this rather quickly. So moving along to the next book. Was so much fun to make, and I did all in purples. So of course you see that gorgeous glitter topper there. It is a shaker. So what I did was that this uppermost panel I backed up with acetate that I did color using some glitter paste from Tonic Studios, but I did it in a very thin application, so it looks as if it is acetate that came like that, if you will. So inside are some darling little sequins, and you probably cannot tell in the video, but some of them are pink hearts, the other ones are purple hexagons. Those are both from Tonic Studios. The sentiment reads "Love Always." That is doubled up with the purple satin paper as well as the glitter. And then over here I did place some glitter drops on only 3 of the little hearts. And this is what I meant before, is that the little die will cut into that background. So what I did is I cut it out of that purple card that I have on the cover there, but I also cut it out of a white piece of card that's right behind there. And that allowed me to kind of sandwich that satin purple paper in between. So it's a purple paper sandwich. So behind that satin paper is actually the white card. And so all of those little hearts would have been one color, only I topped 3 of them with the glitter drops. And I hope that makes sense. So inlaid here are also 2 little hearts that I cut out of the pink cardstock that you see there. Otherwise, they would have remained with that purple color. And that's what's really fun about these types of dies, is that you can switch out some of the centers and that kind of thing and make it a little different. Moving on to the spine, I just added some glitter card, and then on the back, it's the simple purple layer, and just added my information here. But when you open the book, it's so darling. What I did here was added that beautiful scalloped layer there. And then I made a very, very simple little corner pocket using the same shape, only cut away at the corner there, as you see, with just an oval shaped die. So what I did was that I wanted to highlight that, and I did use a glitter or glimmer pen, I'm sorry, and also a white gel pen, just to draw almost like a little just 2-strand rainbow, if you will. Here I stamped 3 little flowers and added some little gems in the center, and then I did color those little flowers as well with alcohol markers and that glimmer pen I mentioned earlier. Here I stamped the little hummingbird with one of the showcase stamp sets from Tonic Studios. I also stamped the Keep Growing in that beautiful purple. And then the little hearts that came out of this panel here, the glitter ones, I added to the little tags, but I had also cut that panel with that purple satin color, so that way I could have those little hearts with that surrounding satin paper. So very pretty. And then back here I did a little bit of the embellishment mousse through one of the stencils that I used on this book, and there's another little heart, and then surrounded by pink this time instead of the satin purple card. So I just tucked the back one, or the one in the back there. And then of course I added some antique seam binding there in purple or lavender, because I just think that that's such a beautiful touch. Here I use some specialty card from Tonic Studios. It does already come with those hearts already embossed onto that, and that's on top of that purple satin card. Here I added a little key, and I did use both the satin and the glitter card to add that to this piece of the background page there. Then I again had cut the little hearts out of the background here. So this just leads you to grab a hold of the page and open it, and there's a magnet there, but it will open to reveal a little spot here for 3 photos or maybe some journaling. And what I did here was I used some little dies that came to decorate these little circles. This was from another mini album set. And then over here, I added that little sentiment that says Our Journey. This was from the Totally Tomes die set. And then I added the little butterflies, which you can pop up if you'd like to. They are doubled up, and these are colored with embellishment mousse, by the way. Then that page closes and reveals this side of it. Now here I used again that scallop edge, kept it super simple, but then I used some little banners that I had created using some leftover specialty card that was that beautiful pink chevron. And then I took all of the little hearts that fell out of some other dies I had used, and I thought it would be beautiful to just use those up, and so I placed them on top of the little banners. That makes a little pocket to reveal another little either journaling card or photo mat. I did color that with 2 different colors of Nuvo markers. And then over here I used an oldie but goodie die set that creates these little Polaroid pockets. And so the little papers here in this pearlescent white card slip out, so you can add your picture inside. You can also do some journaling on the back of that if you'd like to. This reads Love Is. I did use the little photo corners that came with that set to finish that off. And then another little trio of glitter hearts, more photo corners, and then the word adore. And these are optional. So you cut into the background there using those, and so behind there I did place pearlescent card, and then over here pink card, just to help that stand out a little bit. And of course those are cut out of both the satin card and the glitter. Then the next page here is super simple. I did take that heart stencil, which is absolutely gorgeous, and that's from Tonic Studios, and I did use that purple embellishment mousse. In fact, the name of that is Lilac Lavender. Oh, I just love that color. So I placed that on the background, and then over here from an older little, this was actually from a perfume jar die. I added that little heart tag, and what I did is I placed the center in here using vellum that I had sprayed, and then the uppermost layer is that glitter, and the background is that purple satin card. And those of course are the 3 main papers that I used in this little book. Then from that one of the little purse dies from Tonic Studios, I took what was meant to be the strap of the purse, or the handle, and I created this little belly band here. And then I took what would have been one of these panels, I just folded it in half, decorated the front again with another piece there that I inlaid using that gorgeous glitter card. And then on the inside I did add a little photo mat with a little leftover heart. Super simple but effective, and that just slips right back there. Then over here you see another 2 little photo mats that I did color just along the edges with the glimmer pen. It reads Happy Memories, and that's in holographic paper. Then the little hearts just are on the side there, super delicate but pretty. Then this page is also a pocket page, so you can fit more photos. And just to show you that, I added a photo mat with another little glitter heart there on the corner. Then this is the last page here, or the back of it. And here I did, again, the same type of matting, only I took a square that I had cut out, and it had this gorgeous little edge to it. So what I did is that I placed it on here and I cut 3 edges of that square and I made it into strips there that I just used to decorate that background. This is a photo strip die from Tonic Studios. It's older as well. So what I did there is I backed it up with vellum, and then I used the glitter drops only on selective little places there. I added a glitter heart to the background. I made 2 little holes to that heart, threaded the ribbon through it, and then allowed myself to add that little tag there. And this is another little heart tag that's from a really adorable little box die set from Tonic Studios that they released quite some time ago. And I just used that with the satin card, vellum, and then white cardstock. Then back here, there's another little tuck spot for more photos or journaling. So I just created a double mat there, added a tiny little glitter heart just to, you know, pique your interest and show you that you can put something back there. Lastly, this is the back cover of this little adorable book. I added, again, the same types of panels, only this time I added the satin panel here. Then to top it off, I took that lavender cardstock and I did, again, apply some embellishment mousse with the stencil, and then on the edge only I added some of that glitter card, so it does add that bit of shine there on that edge. And then another little photo mat here, which is colored on the edge with just a very light pink. Then I added some little flowers here that I doubled up only in the center, and I used some little vellum leaves and some pink glitter card, pink satin card, and the little ivory flower there is actually specialty card from Tonic Studios. So it does already have a bunch of texture there, even though it's so only a tiny little flower. And then, of course, another little tuck spot with a little photo mat in lavender and white. And that completes this adorable little book. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Lastly, I wanted to mention I did add little beads to the end of the ribbon. And this is Crafter's ribbon in aubergine purple from Tonic Studios, which you can get from the store. And I love that they have coordinating papers, drops, mousse, all of the items that will allow you to create some stunning albums or cards for your loved ones. I hope that you have enjoyed this video and that maybe you take some inspiration away with you to create your own. And as I always say, I hope that you can be inspired and be blessed. And thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.